Monmouth Stony Brook was how the football season ended, and I'm happy to be joined by Monmouth head football coach Kevin Callahan. That Seawolves-Hawks game, coach, was the second-ranked opponent you beat at the end of the season. First of all, Happy New Year. How you doing?
Well, thank you, Edward. Happy New Year to you as well. Doing great.
It's great to see you, coach, and we were kind of talking about it, right? The way your team ended, the momentum that they took with the best offense in the CAA, really was playing their best ball at the end of the season.
There's no question about it, and I'm very happy for our team that we were able to close out the season with two quality wins, both against ranked teams, as you said. Number 8 team in the nation, number 18th ranked team in the nation, and to come away with both wins after some, in the middle of the season, we had some tough losses there, some very close games, and games that we were in, games that we played well, we just didn't pull out. But to see our team stick with it, continue to play hard, and get the wins at the end, it just speaks volume about the character of our guys.
Now, you mentioned the character of this team, even those last few weeks of the year before those games, with how they were preparing and how they were playing. And Coach, I felt it was so appropriate for the culture of this program that you ended the year that way. And the guys that you mentioned, Derek Robertson at quarterback, the plethora of wide receivers playing their best ball at the end of the season.
They did. There's no question about it. And I can't say enough, and you and I have talked in the past about just the quality of the young men that we have in our program, the fact that they're going to stay with it no matter what the odds are, no matter what the score is, continue to play hard down after down, game after game, and come out with wins and on paper against two teams that maybe a lot of people didn't think we would win.
You're taking a look at some of those highlights now and the players who really defined the Monmouth football season. There is Robertson, who had the finest season a Monmouth quarterback ever has. TJ Spate, Josh Derry, Rodney Nelson, Trey Nelson. Coach, there's so many weapons on this team. How do you even keep things straight with how many different guys can be game breakers on a given Saturday? It's remarkable.
We don't have enough footballs, I can tell you that, to pass around. But I can just tell you this, Jeff Gallo, our offensive coordinator, the offensive staff, does a tremendous job of putting together game plans each week that include everybody, where they can share the football, where they can spread it around a little bit, and you never know who's going to be the star that week. And I think we saw that this season. A different guy would step up on the offensive side every single game. And then that was all the while a young defense was coming of age, and I think they really showed where they were at the end of the season.
And you mentioned that young defense that was playing, and really was one of the reasons why Monmouth had its first ever FBS win down at FIU this year. That turnover play late. I'd even mention Sone Ento, by the way. All he did was lead the nation in touchdowns. It's hard to pick and choose one guy, and Coach, I know you've been doing this a long time. You've seen some tremendous players come through this program, play at the next level. You can tell the interest around this program is so high because it's become a hotbed, not just for recruiting, not just for players to come in, but for scouts to come as well.
It is. I mean, this year alone, we had every NFL team was represented at least at one of our practices. 17 teams came back additional times. We were there multiple times. And I think not only is that a selling point for us that, hey, you can come to Monmouth and you'll be noticed, but it's also an indication of the quality of the player that Monmouth University is putting out, that they are NFL candidates. They're guys that the NFL is looking at, and they're drawing the attention of every team in the league.
Well, from a non-scholarship program over 30 years ago to now a perennial playoff contender in the CAA, Coach, congratulations on all of the success. I know it's not done yet. Best of luck next season.
Well, I appreciate that, Eddie. You're right. It's not done yet. We're only just beginning.
Head coach Kevin Callahan joining me here at halftime. Always love a few minutes with the ball, Coach. Hawks lead Stony Brook 37-25. Bring it right back after this.